Welcome to my YouTube channel, Esoteric Cloud Surfer. In this channel, we take esoteric clouds, which are less dense. They are lighter in frequency and vibration, so when we take a ride on them, that allows us to float to higher realms, which are lighter in terms of weight. They are less dense and they are more energetic in terms of frequency and vibration. So from up there we can take a look down to our actual lives that are happening in a denser realm, and we can catch lighter frequencies, lighter vibrations, lighter feelings. We can have visions of what is about going to happen. We can catch a feeling of about what's going to happen, and also we can look to our life and make better decisions, see where we're heading to, and if needed, change the course. Alright? So, in this video I'm going to talk about Sun in Libra. So, Sun in Libra, what is the Sun? The Sun is your wants, is your ego, your individuality, is how you express yourself, the light you put out into the world. So that means that people can see that light as well. The things that you see consciously in the world, and your thought forms and ideas. So, and with Libra, Libra is cardinal air. Cardinal is the ability to make new, and the air is communication, thought, and speaking slash writing as well. So Libra is the ability to create new ways of communicating, new ways of thinking, and new ways of communicating and thinking as well. So, if you have a Sun in Libra, you like to pay attention to things that involve communication, speaking. Say hi to Momika. Hello, Momika. Um, if you have a Sun in Libra, you like to pay attention that deals with communication and thinking, but you create new ones. Let's imagine someone is having a conversation about a subject, and if you have a Sun in Libra, you go there. You don't change the subject, but you create a new way how to communicate and think about it. All right. Oh, Mika. I'm recording a video, girl. Can you move, please? Thank you. Momika the esoteric cat. So then, also Libra is ruled by Venus. So Libras, but it's the masculine side of Venus, so they like to express the things they care about. They like to express things that they want to compromise with. They like to express things they like. They like to express love. Also, when we join Venus with air, they communicate through words. They put those words beautifully, and also they think beautifully. They think sophistically. They communicate sophistically, which can make them good manipulative motherfuckers as well, because they talk sweetly. They might be cursing your ass right in front of you, and you are not, and you can see it. Also, the Saturn is exalted in Libra, so it brings limits and boundaries and structure and work and contraction to your I'm missing the word, to your connections, because Libra is the seventh house, is the opposing of the first house. In the first house is the individual. The seventh house is the correlation. Is the I'm an individual, but I communicate with you in the seventh house. Relationships. That's the word I was thinking about. I was searching for. By Saturn being exalted, it brings a lot of boundaries, limits, restrictions, but also work, wisdom, and authority to your relationships, either loved ones, friends, family, whatever. Alright? So Libras, they are very much about relationships. They need partners to do something, either romantic, friends, family, whatever. Also, they like to talk very much. Otherwise, Gemini and Aquarius, that they talk about a amount of things. Libra like to talk about Venus things. Okay. they like to talk about things they appreciate, they like to communicate things they appreciate, and sometimes they do not understand that other people appreciate other things as well, because Saturn is exalted there, so they might get limited and boundary there. But that also is healthy, because you, Saturn in the seventh house is in the perfect place, because as an individual spirit, as a solo spirit, there are times that it's needed some restrictions and boundaries to the way you communicate and you interact, you come together with others, you know. Otherwise, you can lose your individuality, alright? So, Libra is the seventh house energy, is the house of relationships, of partnerships, of networking. And Saturn, by being exalted in there, is it provides that essence, that ability to network very well. But if you have a Sun in Libra, you might take that too much to the love side, because it's ruled by Venus. That makes some Venus and Scorpios as well, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars, but it's interior. Also Aries, but not so much, because they are more of an individual. Libras, they are often fuckboys or fuckgirls. They think that love is something, because they are creating new ways, but love is not what they think it is, because they're always creating new ways of to think about it. So they cannot perceive what really love is to them. They might be outweighed by a partner's view, by family members, because they take that too much in consideration sometimes. Also, because the Sun is exalted in Libra, Libra suns can exalt themselves. Every time a planet is exalted, there are possibilities of that placement exalt that planet exhaust itself. So Libras might exhaust themselves with responsibilities which they don't want or need, but they are going to do it for the sake of being relatable. Sun in Libra is very much about being relatable, sometimes too much. Okay, because it's the opposite side of Aries, that it's the independent one, the individual, the one, and Libra is the opposite of being alone, is being together. All right. Also, is air. Air likes to communicate. Air likes to be everywhere. But ao contrário, I was speaking in Portuguese right now. Otherwise, Gemini, they are too spread, because it's mutable air. Aquarius is fixed air, with it's still air, but it's in the same place, so it can be chaotic. While Libra, it's cardinal air. It's more like a fluid, sweet fluid stream of air. It's cardinal, it's new, it's fresh. Okay? So that gives the ability for Libras to talk very well. Gemini may talk to everyone. Libras, they might be a little more shy because they have Venus there, but they can talk with if they have trust in themselves, and if they trust you. It's very important, because it's the relationship signs. They will talk very smoothly, very beautifully, very poetically. Okay. Also, Libra is the scale, is the balance. If you have Sun in Libra, you like to pay attention. Your actions are focused through balance. But sometimes you might get the short end of the stick, because you don't have your individuality, your own space in consideration in a percentage level, because by us being spirits, we always have our own awareness, our own space in consideration. But if you have Sun in Libra, you might put the others, more weight into others' perspective, into others' communication, into others' values, and you, because you want to be harmonized, you want to create balance, you will sacrifice your own individuality for the sake to things to flow smoothly. Okay? But Libras are intelligent. Libras are very good communicators. Libras, they care very much about appearance, because it's Venus. They like to pay attention and communicate about beautiful things, about sophisticated things. They like their friends. sometimes even too much, at the point they sacrifice themselves for their friends, and they always need someone to do things with. Either it's the sun, the ascendant, or the moon. They like to be with company. They like to be in a pack. All right. Um, Also, so, balance, communication, thinking about beautiful, sophisticated things. They like to be seen as beautiful. They like to be seen as someone who is harmonic. They like to be seen as someone who can talk a good game, and they do talk a good game. But because it's air and Venus, they can be fuckboys because air is everywhere and Venus is love. So can be their love can be everywhere. Also, Saturn is exalted, so they can exalt themselves with responsibilities and networks they don't need to. So, I think that's it for Sun in Libra. Good esoteric writings, good esoteric surfings. Take care of yourself, be aware of the tidal waves, but remember that the tidal waves are the greatest waves to surf on. I was uh, using a painting of mine as a support for the phone and it just felt. But that's alright. So, see you next time. As I was saying, be aware of the tidal waves. But also remember that the tidal waves are the best ones to ride. Stay well.